Do not scroll past this. What is happening right now is not random, and deep in your body you already know that. There is a pressure sitting somewhere between your chest and your throat that has been there for days, maybe weeks, and you have not been able to name it. You have tried to sleep through it. You have tried to stay busy enough to outrun it, and it keeps finding you in the quiet moments. In the car, in the dark, at 3 in the morning, when the rest of the world is unconscious, and you are lying awake, staring at a ceiling that offers no answers. That pressure is not anxiety. That is not your nervous system failing you. That is a signal. Welcome to Oculus of the Wise. What is being released through this channel is not content. It is instruction. And what I am about to share with you in the next few minutes was not placed in front of you by chance. If you have never subscribed before, do it now before you read another word, because what is being prepared for this channel is specifically for people who are in the season you are currently in, and you cannot afford to arrive late to a word that was always meant to find you. Now, let me speak to what is actually happening. There is a shift occurring in your life right now that the people closest to you cannot perceive. It is not something you can explain over dinner or in a text message. You have tried, you know exactly how those conversations end. You watch people nod while their eyes stay blank, and you walk away feeling further from connection than you were before you started. That experience, that particular brand of loneliness that is surrounded by people and still completely alone, is not a flaw in you. It is the mark of someone who is being separated, and separation always precedes assignment. Think about the last several months of your life. Be honest with yourself right now. Plans that should have worked simply did not. Relationships that seemed stable quietly unraveled. People you trusted showed you something about themselves that you could not unsee. Doors that you pushed against with everything you had stayed closed regardless of how hard you pushed. And in between all of that, there were the nights. The kind of nights where you cried in a way you have not let anyone witness, where you sat in your car in a parking lot because you needed to fall apart somewhere that was not visible, where you whispered questions into the dark that nobody answered. Do you feel that tightness in your chest right now? Just reading that, do not dismiss it. That sensation is your body recognizing the truth before your mind has finished processing it. That is not a symptom of weakness. That is the physical response of a spirit that has been carrying something enormous in silence. Alone for a very long time, you are not behind, you are not broken, you are not forgotten, you are being hidden. And here is what most people never understand about the seasons that feel like burial. What is hidden is always being prepared. The seed does not experience being buried in the ground as opportunity, it experiences it as suffocation. But the darkness is not killing it. The darkness is the exact condition required for something extraordinary to break open. Every door that closed was a redirection. Every relationship that dissolved took energy out of your life that would have consumed the very thing being built inside you. Every rejection that made you question your worth was actually protection from a room that would have cost you the assignment. Heaven does not close doors to punish the chosen. It closes them to reroute them, and rerouting feels indistinguishable from failure until the moment you see what you are being rerouted toward. That moment is approaching faster than you realize. But before we go further, I need you to do something right now. If what you are reading is landing somewhere real inside you, if something in you is saying yes before your logic has caught up, drop the words "I am still standing" in the comments right now. Not for this channel, not because a notification asked you to, but because a chosen one who makes a declaration of survival out loud, in writing, in a space where it can be witnessed, activates something in the unseen realm that silent agreement never touches. Say it, write it, let it exist somewhere outside your own head. Now, let me show you something about yourself that the people who underestimated you are only beginning to understand. There are people in your past right now, people who walked away from you, people who dismissed you, people who placed a quiet bet against your resilience, and they are watching you from a distance. They check. You may not see them doing it, but they do. They look at your life from across whatever gap formed between you, and something in them is registering a shift they did not anticipate. Your silence no longer reads as weakness to them. It reads as something they do not have a clean word for. Your refusal to chase them, to explain yourself, to beg for what they withheld, has produced something in you that they can feel without being able to touch. They are not happy for you. They are unsettled by you. And that unsettlement is confirmation. You also have an ability that most people in your life have never properly understood. You notice things. You have always noticed things. The inconsistency between what someone says and what they actually do. The way a story shifts depending on who is in the room. The moment when urgency gets introduced into a conversation, right before someone wants a decision made without time for thought. The pattern underneath the surface of what appears random. Most people walk through their entire lives without developing this quality because it requires them to remain observers when the current of emotion is pushing them to react. You stayed observant, even when it isolated you, even when it made you seem distant or difficult or hard to read. You protected your perception when everyone around you expected you to surrender it. And that is not a personality quirk. That is a form of spiritual authority that systems built on control cannot penetrate, which is also why you have been targeted. Every force that profits from people staying asleep, staying distracted, staying emotionally reactive enough to never look at the structure underneath, has had a problem with you for a long time. Not because you announced yourself, not because you confronted anyone loudly, simply because you see the wiring, and people who see the wiring without being taught to see, it cannot be fully contained. They become unpredictable. They become dangerous to any system that depends on predictability. And here is what this current season is really about. Something is being activated in you before this week is finished. A window that has been moving toward you for longer than you know is almost fully open, and what comes through that window will require you to be more awake, more discerning, and more anchored than you have ever had to be, because the same enemy that spent years trying to break you through loss and isolation has now changed his strategy. He already knows that direct attack does not work on you anymore. You have survived too much for fear to move you the way it used to. So instead of a frontal assault, he is going to try something more sophisticated. He is going to send something that looks exactly like what you have been waiting for. A connection that speaks the right language, an opportunity that mirrors your prayers back at you with suspicious accuracy, a person from your past who returns with a revised version of themselves and a carefully constructed apology. The counterfeit will arrive wearing the face of your breakthrough. And the reason it will be convincing is because it has been designed specifically to exploit your hunger, your exhaustion, and the particular shape of what you have been believing for. Most people who have come this far in their preparation fall right here, not because they are not chosen, not because they are not strong, but because they are tired, and tired people accept the imitation because waiting for the genuine has cost them so much already. You cannot afford to make that mistake right now. A genuine alignment will never demand that you move faster than your spirit has peace about. It will not create artificial urgency to bypass your discernment. It will not flatter you endlessly without ever telling you a hard truth. It will not pull your focus away from prayer or lower the frequency you have spent this entire season fighting to reach. And when you feel that drop in your stomach, that wordless internal alarm that something is wrong beneath the surface presentation, you listen to it immediately. That is not paranoia. That is the Holy Spirit operating at the level of your nervous system because you have spent enough time in silence to actually hear it. If you are in that place of testing right now, if you are being asked to choose between the counterfeit that is available and the genuine that is still approaching, drop 444 in the comments. That number is the language of divine confirmation. It says, I see what is being built, and I refuse to settle for what is not it. Write it out loud. Heaven hears declarations differently than it hears silent hope. And right now, before the next part of this, make sure you are subscribed to Oculus of the Wise. Subscribing is not following a channel. It is positioning yourself to receive every word heaven releases through this space in the season you are walking through. The next word being prepared here is already being built for where you will be when it arrives. Do not let it find you disconnected. Now let me tell you what is actually coming. You did not fight through this season just to survive it. You fought through it so that what comes next has somewhere stable to land. The assignment that is moving toward you is not designed for the version of you that existed before all of this. It requires the version of you that was forged inside this silence, the one who learned to hold their perception without needing it validated, the one who kept their conscience intact when outsourcing it would have been so much easier, the one who refused to become what the darkness tried to make them. Understand this clearly. You are a cycle breaker. The battles you have been fighting in isolation were never only yours. You have been breaking agreements that were made over your bloodline before you were born, carrying burdens that the generations behind you could not dissolve, absorbing the weight of patterns that would have been handed down to people who do not even exist yet. Your children, your children's children, people who will carry your name into a future you cannot see, will walk in a freedom they will never fully understand the cost of, because you paid it, in silence, in the dark, without applause. That is not a small thing. That is the most significant kind of work any human being can do on this earth. And now the harvest is approaching. The signs are already surrounding you if you know how to read them. You keep seeing the same numbers in the most unexpected places. You glance at the clock at a moment that should be ordinary, and the numbers align in a way that stops you. You have been dreaming more vividly than usual, and the dreams carry an emotional weight that follows you into the morning. You have developed a sharpening intolerance for environments and conversations that carry no depth. You walk into rooms and feel the energy before a single word is spoken. Your hunger for something real, something true, something that matches the frequency of what you have been building in the quiet has reached a level that ordinary life simply cannot satisfy. These are not coincidences, these are coordinates. Heaven is triangulating your exact position in real time, and what is being sent toward you is already locked onto the frequency you are broadcasting right now. Before this message ends, let me say something directly. You have made it this far in your preparation because something in you refused to quit, at every point when quitting would have been completely reasonable. You are still standing at a moment when the statistics say you should not be. Most people who begin the path you are on abandon it right before the breakthrough, not because they are not capable, but because the last stretch before the shift is always the hardest, the quietest, and the most deceiving. You are in that stretch right now, and you are still here. Do not look back. Do not answer the door when the counterfeit knocks. Do not let exhaustion convince you to accept a fraction of what you have been built to carry. Do not shrink yourself back into rooms that your growth has already outgrown. The glory that is waiting for you on the other side of this final test is not something that will simply improve your life. It will alter the trajectory of every life your life touches. Nations will be affected by the obedience of chosen ones who refuse to quit at this exact moment. You are one of them. Drop 111 in the comments if you are ready for what is coming. Drop 333 if this confirms something your spirit has been sensing but has not had words for until right now. Your comment is not just engagement. It is a declaration, and declarations from chosen ones who have been refined in the fire they have come through carry a weight in the spiritual realm that neither the algorithm nor the enemy has the authority to measure or contain. Share this with whoever came to mind while you were reading. You did not think of them by accident. That prompting is the assignment. You may be the only vessel positioned to bring this word to them before the window closes. This is Oculus of the wise. The appointed time is not coming, it is here, and so are you.